Hey there, this is Veena from Patter Cake, the channel that's about baking and much more. A warm welcome to my channel. Today's recipe is a hugely popular Goan one, Goan pan rolls. But with a twist, we are making healthier chicken pan rolls using a mix of maida and whole wheat flour instead of just maida. And guess what? These chicken pan rolls too have that characteristic crisp on the outside and soft inside texture. So now let's get cooking. Let's make some easy chicken pan rolls right now at Patter Cake. We'll start by preparing the tasty chicken filling. This is 250 grams of chicken mince that I've washed well and drained. We'll marinate this with half a teaspoon of salt, keeping it aside as we go ahead with the next steps of our recipe. Here I have 2 tablespoons of oil heating on a medium flame. To this, I'll add 3 finely chopped green chillies and 3 chopped medium-sized onions. We'll saute this till the onions just start showing signs of browning. Then we'll add in 5 crushed cloves of garlic and a 1.5 inch piece of ginger that I've crushed. Let's saute these ingredients too for around a minute and then add in the marinated chicken mince. Let's saute this well for a minute or so. I just stirred in 1 teaspoon of garam masala, not realizing I had forgotten to turn on my camera. So sorry about that. Next, we'll add in half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of chili powder, half a teaspoon of ground cumin, and half a teaspoon of pepper powder. Let's now cover the vessel, reduce the heat to low, and let the chicken cook for around 10 to 12 minutes. Stirring everything twice or thrice in between. It's now been around 6 to 7 minutes. At this stage, I'll add the rinsings of the ginger and garlic bowls. That's around 1 tablespoon. I'll cover the vessel and let the chicken continue cooking. The chicken has been cooking for a little over 10 minutes, so let's check it. We'll now add in 1 tablespoon of vinegar, 1 tablespoon of tomato sauce and half a teaspoon of salt. And then cover the vessel again and let the chicken continue cooking on low heat till all the liquid in the filling evaporates. We'll now cook the filling without the lid on for 1 to 2 minutes. And then taste it. It's very tasty. Needs just a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, I think. Finally, we'll add in a 1/4 cup of chopped coriander, turn off the heat, and let the chicken filling cool completely. Here's the cooled filling. With this, we could make around 8 to 9 slightly large pan rolls. Next, we'll turn to making the crepes or thin pancakes that will form the outer covering of the pan rolls. To this sieve, I'll transfer 1 cup of maida or all-purpose flour and a 1/4 cup of whole wheat flour. Let's sift this and then stir in half a teaspoon of salt. We'll need around 450 ml of water, meaning 1.5 times the volume of flour, to prepare the batter. But we'll add just around half of the water first and whisk the batter till it's free from lumps. Let's now stir in an egg and whisk everything really well, even as we slowly add in the rest of the water. The batter is now ready, but we'll let it rest for around 15 minutes before making the crepes. After 15 minutes, we'll give the batter a good stir. This is how the consistency of the batter should be. If it's too thick, the crepes will be thicker and less flexible, and consequently difficult to roll. And if the batter is too watery, the crepes will be too thin and might tear while shaping the pan rolls. This consistency, however, is just right. Mine is an 8-inch non-stick pan and the heat is on medium-low. I'll brush a little oil over the pan and then quickly pour in a ladle of batter, tilting the pan to spread it all over. They say the first crepe invariably turns out to be a sort of trial one and not so great. But don't worry, they'll get better as you keep going. I'll cover the pan for around 45 seconds as we are not going to flip the crepe over and we want it to cook on top as well. Check that the sides of the crepe have started pulling away from the pan. If you want to cook it on the other side too though, just pull it off carefully by hand and flip it and then cook it for just around 15 seconds on the other side. But I'm not going to do this. I'll upturn the crepe on my chopping board and then neaten it. I'll cool it for around a couple of minutes and then move it to a plate. Let's grease the pan with oil again and make a second crepe. After letting each crepe cool a little, I move them to this plate and stack them up. Here I have less than a quarter cup of batter left after making 8 crepes. For each crepe, you need around a quarter cup to 1/3 cup of batter. But this leftover batter won't be wasted. We'll use it for coating the pan rolls before breading them. Now we need around half a cup of batter for coating the pan rolls. Since I have around a quarter cup here already, I'll prepare just around a quarter cup more. However, if you find you've used up all the batter for making the crepes and there's nothing left over, then prepare half a cup of batter for the coating, okay? This is a quarter cup of maida. I'll mix this with a quarter cup plus 2 tablespoons of water. And to this, I'll now add the quarter cup or so of batter left after making the crepes. This should be more than enough for coating all the 8 pan rolls. In addition to the batter, we also need to prepare some maida paste. We'll make this by mixing 1 tablespoon of maida with around 3/4 of a tablespoon of water. To prepare the pan rolls, since we have 8 crepes, I'll first roughly divide the chicken filling into 8 parts. I'll place 1/8 of the chicken filling on this crepe. And then shape the pan roll like this, applying a little paste to the far end of the crepe. Let's shape another pan roll. Here are all 8 pan rolls, ready to be coated and breaded. We've now reached the next stage in the process of making our chicken pan rolls. We'll coat each pan roll with this batter and then roll it in breadcrumbs. Let's see how. I'll use one hand for dipping and coating the pan roll and the other for breading it, like this. Let's coat and bread another one. All our pan rolls can now be fried. I'm going to shallow fry them on medium heat. I'm frying just 4 at a time without crowding the pan. That's because I want enough room for turning the pan rolls and frying them evenly. If you want, you could fry the pan rolls to a light golden brown color like this. But I prefer a darker shade of brown, and so I'll fry them some more. These are done. I'll now remove them to a wire rack lined with a kitchen paper towel. I'm now frying the second lot. I'm done with the frying. Now let's check out one pan roll. Our scrumptious pan rolls are crisp on the outside and deliciously soft inside. I can hardly wait to taste one. I like to have these with tomato sauce. Wow! When you bite into one, I assure you, you'll think all the time and effort that went into making the chicken pan rolls was absolutely worth it. Do make these and you'll see I'm not exaggerating. And yes, do subscribe for more recipes like this. I post a new one each week. Till we meet again, take care.